Okay, we're live.
Guys, we're back on. We're figuring this out as we go along, but thank you guys to our incredible publicists from Universal and A&E. And now we're inside. We're inside the office. This is the original office for Psycho. This is not the office we use. Our set is in Vancouver. We shoot all of the motel stuff in Aldergrove, a border town, U.S.-Canadian border town. And this is the original set for Psycho that was built in 1959. It's as you can see. I mean, we'll get another look, another angle of the actual set. It's a lot smaller than the set you see on Bates Motel. It was actually one of the pamphlets from our own show, not from the movie. But yeah. Here comes a tour. So we should probably head inside. Why don't you guys watch the show from here? This is what you see from inside the office. This is the. Here we go.
I don't know what's going on. Teresa, unique. What is he doing? I don't know. He's stopping.
Oh my god. Oh my god. There goes Norma. The normal shit.
Oh, 想看的朋友别看好，别回家做噩梦哦。跟你讲，这是真的是一个非常大的哦，谁还是
You guys saw that. That was. Come on, come on.
Yeah. Perfect.
Great, guys. So we're back on. Did you guys catch that? That's pretty scary. Pretty awesome. That was Mike. Mike and Brian alternate, as I was saying before. There are two Norman Bates next doors, and we'll take a quick look around. Take a peek. Here he is. There's Mike. It's working. Okay, so I won't bother. Pretty cool. It's pretty great. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, this is Universal lot. This is not the set we use. It's a lot smaller. And if you want to come over here, you can see this vantage point of the motel. It's a little different, obviously, from the way Mark Freeborn, our production designer, built it. Now, the interesting thing about what he did is in Vancouver is that
everyone wants to know if that was a real body.
Was that a real body? Sure. Yes. Absolutely. We have to kill one every half an hour. We're good. We should move. We're gonna go inside again. Is that empty? Okay, we're good. That was poor Vera Farmiga. She's a trooper, though. No, but our Norman Bates, there's two of them. They're hiding in here, and they come out every half an hour, and they do this amazing show. And I've actually been on that tram and been freaked out. I don't know how many times. And we come whenever there's people out of town. We come and we'll do the tour, which is a lot of fun. But yes, so our motel, they built it. Mark Freeborn, incredible production designer, built it in 5 weeks in Aldergrove, and it's on landfill. So it's way out there. It's a beautiful part of Aldergrove, but it's on a landfill. So when it rains, it smells just beautiful. This one was built with a budget of something like $15,000. Hitchcock didn't have much of a budget, so but with $15,000, I think they did pretty well. Ours, like I said, took Mark Freeborn 5 weeks. I wish I had a contractor who did work in 5 weeks. They're pretty amazing. But so anyway, so they have 12 rooms, as do we. Obviously, it looks different. Even the office is very different. If we can turn it around one more time, our office is you kind of go in this way and this way, and then there's a parlor in here. Now, if you've seen the original Psycho, Anthony Perkins brings in Janet Leigh and brings her to the parlor, and he eventually, when she checks into the room, he peeks in through a peephole to see her changing, about to take a shower. So this, even though this is the area, the inside would have been shot on stage, and then but we'll get a look at the next room as well, and we'll get to see a sense of what the shower looked like, which is arguably the most famous scene of that film. But if you please lob any questions, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer what I can, and we'll go from there. But I also want to check out the house if we have time. We'll go up and check out the house, which is naturally very different from the one that Mark Freeborn built for us in Vancouver. And
Everyone wants to know if the peephole actually exists.
You know, I was just looking for that, and I didn't see it here because I think that was replicated on stage. That was done on stage. So, but can we sneak in next door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go into room number 1.
This is the famous room number 1. This is where Janet Leigh, you know,
All right, Nestor is coming in to the room.
This is the famous room. Maybe we may see 2 Norman Bateses.
Okay. All right.
We're coming in. So this is where this is where the peephole would have been. Somewhere right around here. So that would have been replicated on stage.
Right, because the bathroom's over here.
And if you want to come over here and check out the bathroom real quick.
You can't get him up here.
Okay.
Yeah, but look at, hold on, look who's over here.
And here's the famous Norma Bates right here. She looks pretty good.
She looks pretty good.
Not bad.
You think Vera would be proud?
I think she would. I think she held up pretty well.
She did.
So sweet.
All right. All right, let's go in the bathroom.
Check out the bathroom real quick here. So if you can see from this vantage point over here, this is what Norman would have seen. I'm going to play Janet Leigh. No, this is when she undressed. And obviously the famous shower scene. Now, I think this actual shower was used for Psycho 3, for the remake. But the original Psycho, that would have been shot on stage. But the amazing thing about that, if we can, come inside if you can. I think I was saying before, I watched the film last night again, and I was amazed. I think there were about 77 angles in the shower scene alone, because he did a lot of close-ups of, you know, the drain, of the blood going to the drain. They used chocolate syrup back
Everyone
then.
wants to know if the shower works. We don't know. We can try.
Let's try. No, they need a plumber.
No.
Nothing. You know what's funny? The New York Times.
And there's no toilet.
No, but you know what? There's no toilet here, but there's a hole.
There's a hole where the toilet used to be.
There's a hole, and the funny thing is, in the original, no one had ever flushed a toilet on camera until Psycho. Psycho was the first time in American cinema that anybody flushed a toilet. So if you see the original, Janet Leigh writes a note where she stole $40,000, and she's writing all this stuff about what she stole, and then she rips it up, she throws it in the toilet and flushes it, and it's the first time you see a toilet flushing. Little fun fact about Hitchcock. Because Hitchcock wanted to make it as real as possible, you know, and this scene is obviously as real as he could shoot it at the time. And if you see it, it's unbelievable. The angles he used on Janet Leigh were crazy. So this is the famous shower area.
Cool.
And
should we go see what some of the other rooms
let's go
look
check
like?
it out. Yeah.
I don't think they're dressed, but we can still go in.
Let's take a peek. You know, on our set, we have 4 rooms that are built. We have room number 4 where Annika Johnson stayed before she was killed. Room 5 where the cast hangs out. That one's actually done up. I think 8 is where Abernathy stayed. So that one's done. And 11 is where I lived for 4 months. So that one's definitely done. But there's a lot of dirty laundry on the
Did you
floor.
ever actually sleep in your room?
No. The water pressure sucks. It really does. So, yeah, so ours is different. We don't have steps like this. Our set's a lot nicer.
This one's a lot older than ours.
This is a lot older than us, but yeah, this would have been work. It's
No?
not open.
Maybe that one's open over there.
Let's check these out.
We're exploring with you guys.
Well, look, this is what it looks like when it's not dressed.
when someone from the props department takes everything away.
See, so this is where the crew would hang out while we would shoot a room that was dressed. None of these are dressed here. So this is just a shell. Maybe over here. You can come over here. No, nothing. No, they're all empty. So this is the smoke and mirrors of Hollywood. You see this incredible shell, and then in the interiors he would have shot on stage. Although I think he only saw room 1 in Psycho. You know, in our show we see at least 4 rooms. So everything in our show we shoot in Aldergrove on the motel. We shoot at the actual motel, but the house stuff we shoot on stage. All the interiors we shoot on stage.
Haley Ann Collins wants to know what has been your favorite episode to shoot.
Hey Haley, what's up? What's been my favorite episode? I think hands down for me personally, just the fact that I had the privilege of getting to direct. That was just the greatest gift I could have gotten, and Carlton Cuse was essentially made that happen. I mean, he really stuck his neck out for me. So that alone, that experience alone was, was just unbelievable. Episode 6 was a lot of fun. This is the one that just aired. To me, I think is probably our strongest episode of the show, period. Episode 8 is another one that I think is pretty incredible. The emotional arc that's coming up in 2 weeks is amazing. And then next week, Monday, we get to learn a little bit more about Romero. So, you get a little bit of a taste of his past and why he is the sourpuss that he is. So I hope you guys enjoy that one. But yeah, I think definitely getting to direct was pretty special.
Nice. Should we head over to the house?
Check it out. I think we should probably close this now.
Yeah, that's okay.
We're good?
I
Okay.
think we're okay. So I'll go first with the tripod.
Very good.
Okay.
We're okay with this? Let me close that.
I think we're okay. All right.
All right, great. So look, if you can see over there, there's Whoville, another crazy set. So it's probably one reason we can't shoot here, is because we're surrounded by, things we can't shoot. But yeah, this is obviously not around 1959.
And is this a T-Bird car?
It is. I think it is. Yeah.
What kind of car does Vera drive again on the show?
She
It must
drives
have
a 1970s
a Mercedes. That's
Mercedes
right.
from the 1970s, and people get a little confused because they see sort of a vintage car in the Mercedes, and then the 70s Beetle that Emma drives, and they think, oh, it's a period piece, but it's not. It's just a nod to the period, but it's very much a contemporary show. But look at this car.
Nice. That's old school.
Really nice. Cool. Should we head up to the house?
Yeah, let's do
go
it.
Check it out.
So the quality might be a little bumpy while we're going up the stairs, guys. Sorry.
Do you need help with that?
I'm okay.
Good?
I got it,
All
I
right,
think.
Cool. We'll go slowly then. Look at their ice machine. Okay, we have ours on the other side. When I got into a fight with Zane Morgan, I had to ice my face, so we have this right over there between those two things.
The vintage ice machine.
But the sign is very similar, definitely, and the layout is too.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so let's see if we can make it here and not lose our feet.
And we've jerry-rigged some very serious Wi-Fi.
I know.
This 1950s house wasn't built for Wi-Fi.
No. Now,
So if the quality is bad, guys, up at the house, we'll
come back
jump
down.
on another network.
Sounds good. These are solid. These steps are solid. Now ours they're pretty hollow, so we have to ADR that stuff, Foley that stuff. But these are very solid steps. And if you guys come here at Universal during the horror week, I forget what it's called. We came here right around Halloween, that whole month of November. They do a whole Walking Dead tour. It's pretty insane, and you go and you get to go to the house, the Bates house. It's pretty sweet. I took my family here. It was pretty fun.
Should we stop at the porch and take some fan questions?
Absolutely. Definitely.
Just taking your questions from the house.
Can you see that? Can you see Norma Bates up
I
there?
don't know if you guys can see in the window. It's pretty bright.
She's rocking. It's crazy. Maybe we'll get another view from
Poor
inside.
Norma.
I hear another tour coming, so we'll tuck in here.
All right, perfect.
Let's see if it's open.
I think we have to go in the back way, but we can take
Yes.
some questions.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Let's see. Aloha Kristen wants to know, how
Aloha.
does the season finale change our perspective of Norman?
This season finale, season 3.
I guess so, yes.
I think, well, you'll see, as you saw in episode 6, if you already had a chance to see it, you see his descent. You see his really flipping out, and now he's wearing the robe. He's definitely personified or taken on the persona of Norma Bates in full now. I mean, now it's really starting to happen. So you can expect by episode 10 the descent to accelerate even more rapidly. There's a scene I can't tell you, but it's extremely memorable. It's the last scene of the series. I actually haven't seen it. I read it. It's amazing. But I've talked to everybody who's seen it already, and it's just mind-blowing. It's beautifully shot, and I think you'll be very happy with that scene.
Gallery Ordinary wants to know, were you a fan of the show, of the movie before the show?
I was a huge Hitchcock fan, absolutely, and I was, a little trepidatious, like everybody was, to sort of tread on hallowed, cinematic ground. But you got Carlton Cuse and Carrie Aaron, two unbelievable writers, taking a stab at this. And as soon as I read it, I was like, oh, forget it. This is unbelievable. So I think, I was a big Hitchcock fan. I love Birds as well. I The Birds is great. Vertigo. I mean, he's a legend.
Nice. Maddie wants to know, what's your opinion in Norma and Norma's relationship?
What's my personal opinion about Norma and Norma's relationship? You know, well, it's just pretty much as messed up as it gets. You know, and the wonderful thing that Vera does, that she brings to that role, is that, and Norman and Freddie as well, is that they make these characters that are wholly unsympathetic on paper, or, you know, or with massive misbehavior. They make them sympathetic, so you root for them, and you root for that, her trying to fix him, and but she's got, I mean, like any normal parent, or not any good parent, would try and seek professional help on some level, and if they couldn't afford it, they would sell what they had to help a kid like that. So it's frustrating. On the one hand, you want her to help Norman. On the other hand, you know she's incapable because of her own misbehavior.
Nice. N.M. DeMartio wants to know, what's your favorite thing about being on the show?
What's my favorite thing, N.M., about being on the show? There's so many, but I obviously the cast is pretty special. I love working with all of them. They're all supremely talented. They're all great people. That's the other thing, is like, they're really nice people. They're good people. They're fun. They're sweet. They're humble. They're hardworking. Amazing crew. I'm just going to list all the favorites because there's a lot. The crew's ridiculous. They're unbelievable. And the writing. I mean, we have Carrie Era and Carlton Cuse and a whole staff of writers that write what we get to deliver every week. You know, and it's a real treat. You don't get to do this very often, and it's a real special experience between the cast, the crew, and the writers. You know, I never want it to end.
Nice. A lot of people are asking about your funniest moment on set. Maybe you can talk about, like, all the injuries that happened on set you were telling me about.
Yeah, I don't know if it's funny, but my God, we've had. But I guess it's kind of it's embarrassing and funny. I guess maybe funny. Okay, so second season, first scene up. I'm the first scene up. I've got to take down a guy who I think killed Blair Watson, and he's a dealer, pot dealer, low-level pot dealer. And so I go to his house. I break the door down, and I chase him. I don't know if you saw it. I remember seeing that. I chase him in the backyard, and I tackle him and I cuff him. And on the fifth take, it wasn't but 5 steps that I had to run. I pull up and I've torn my calf, and you know, I just realized at that point I'm not 18 anymore. But it wasn't much. It really wasn't much of a stunt at all. But I realized you literally just, you know, walking 5 steps fast was not good. So I ended up, you know, get on painkillers because I had to do scenes the next day, and sort of hobble through the next, you know, week or two.
The show must go on.
Show must go on. But everyone's been hurt. Vera has been hurt multiple times. She gives it all she's got, as you can see. She was hurt in an episode with Freddie on the stairs, banged her head. She got hurt a month ago on a scene I can't talk about in episode 10. So she and I had to wait a month for her to heal to shoot a scene from episode 9 that we just shot last week. If you saw episode 6, when Max hits Freddie, on that take that actually aired, he connected. Poor Freddie went down. And if you see it, if you rewind it, you'll see Freddie's foot twitching on camera. He's out.
The tour is coming. Should we wave? Maybe some people know who you are.
Well, I don't know. That'd be really embarrassing.
We'll just be like, oh, just Nestor Carbonell hanging out at the Bates Motel. This is what we do every week.
Why not? But anyway, poor Freddie got knocked out. We'll say hello to you. They're like, who's that guy? who is he? Why is he on the porch?
Yeah.
Anyway, but
Anthony Perkins reincarnate.
So anyway, yeah. So poor Freddie got knocked out, and his foot was twitching, and Max felt. I saw the rough cut because I was editing the episode I directed, and Max hit him. They played on. You see Freddie's foot twitching, and then he went down. And he said, "Guys, I hit him. I'm sorry." So
Max decked Freddie.
Max fully decked Freddie. So if you want to rewind it, that's a real punch. The other one that was really actually was awful was Caleb's fall. That was actually real. That wasn't Caleb. That wasn't Kenny. It was a stuntman. Actually fell and missed the pad, and that was tough. He ended up in the hospital. He's fine. He's totally fine. He's back active now, but he had surgery and everything on his collarbone. He was knocked out for about So that was a pretty hairy stunt. So there's been everyone's had their share of accidents, but you know it's Bates Motel. So here we go. There's another tour.
There's another tour.
All right.
Let's see. Gallery wants to know: do you anticipate? Oh, the question went away. Something about maybe next season, and you know what's to come for your character.
Yeah, I mean, I have some broad strokes that I can't talk about because then I'd be giving away the end of season 3. But I have a sense of where they're going with it. I love it. I love being, but I also love being surprised. I also love not knowing week to week and getting the scripts and then being completely surprised by the twists and turns that Carrie and Carlton and then the writers come up with. But I do. I have a sense of where it's going, and look at that. They're freaked out.
Everyone's screaming. Everyone's so afraid.
Look at that. But no, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but to me, I've loved every season, but I think this season to me is particularly special because of the intimacy of the writing, the payoff, the emotional payoff of all the characters. You know, they've set it up for 2 years and now they're paying it off. So to me, this has been my favorite season so far.
Nice. Now say hi to the tram.
Say hi to these guys.
Those people knew. Some people know, some people don't.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to say goodbye now. Run away
Very sweet.
somewhere much safer.
Helen wants to know, when will you and Norma get together? Such a juicy question. We probably can't spoil it.
When are Norma and I going to get together? I don't know. But she just keeps pissing me off, dude, at every turn. So I know, it's just like everything, you know. It feels like it's going to go there, and then she just wrecks it. You know, it's a story of Norman's life. But then also, we're very simpatico in that way. Our characters, and we're both closed. We're both control freaks. We both want power. Neither one of us wants to give in. You know, we're both stubborn, which is probably why I'm attracted to her.
Nice. Should we go inside the house? Some people are asking.
You know, I'd love to. Is there any?
Yep, it's
okay.
this. It's
We'll get her.
this
We'll go in around the house. Yeah,
I snuck in last night to see what's in there, and it's not much, but we can still go in.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty. Also, this is the Whirl of the War of the World set.
Look at this set. It's pretty
It's
straight.
a giant crash airplane.
Plane. Look at that thing.
All right.
If you haven't taken this tour, you got to take the tour. It's pretty amazing.
Universal lot. This is very exciting. Lots going on. All right, here's the house.
So there's not much in the interior of it, but come on in anyway, see what you can see. Wow. So this is a shell of a house. Now, our house in Vancouver is it's a little bit bigger than this one, and we have a bit more built. We have like a little foyer there, so we can shoot.
Oh, the Wi-Fi went away.
Okay, so let's go back.
Okay. Too far away from the Wi-Fi.
Is it back?
I think it's back.
Okay, we're back, guys?
Whoever's watching, let us know if the connection's better.
Okay.
Here, do you want to sit? We can sit.
Okay, cool. You good here, guys?
Yeah.
So are we back?
Wi-Fi reloaded. It's working.
Okay, we're working. All right, great. So, all right, here comes another tour. I'll keep it down a little bit. But yeah, the house that Mark Freeborn built for us, we didn't have a roof the first year, so they put the roof on in between first season and second season. We just couldn't afford it. So they, so we, I'll get it so I can speak a little. I still don't want to wreck their show. They CGI'd that roof the whole first year. But now we have a real roof, so we're thrilled about that. And each year they build a new room inside, so we get to use different rooms in the motel, even though it's pretty vacant right now. But the house is extraordinary. What our production designers do week in, week out. They built that Bob Paris office that I went in with Vera to do that deal with her. They built that in 3 or 4 days. Unbelievable. I mean, it looks like mahogany wood everywhere. It's incredible, incredibly special. Here comes our tour.
Says we got to go back to the Wi-Fi.
Okay, we'll go back.
Just have a little
All right, back to the Wi-Fi, everyone.
Okay, guys, so we're coming back.
We're going back towards the Wi-Fi.
You good with that?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, nice camera.
Maybe we can sit over here in these little chairs.
Yeah, let's do that over here. Sounds good. Oh, these ones, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they look kind of sturdy.
Yeah, let's try them out. Just a little bit of trivia about that bathroom scene again. Apparently they used, for sound effects, they used melons. So they plunged the knife into melon just to affect the sound of the knife going into a body. Now, I don't think that Norman on Bates Motel has... The only time he's used a knife was with Blair Watson. That was off camera.
Right. Everyone said it's way better. So
Better?
Wait,
Okay.
yeah, well, now we're right by the router.
Yeah. Okay, great.
We'll just hang out right by the
All
router.
right, here. We'll chill over here.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Shout out to the IT guys at Universal.
Thank you,
This
guys.
jerry-rigged
Look
Wi-Fi.
at this. Look at this. Unbelievable. A lot of talent.
Well, it's hard to put Wi-Fi in a very old house.
A very old lot, no doubt about it. So, yeah, please feel free to lob any questions you have.
Everyone wants to know if you speak French.
Je parle un petit peu de français, mais pas couramment. Un petit peu. Et je comprends. Il y a beaucoup d'ans que je vais parler en français, mais je peux comprendre un petit peu.
Ah, très bien. So you do speak French.
No, pas couramment, not fluently, just a little bit. I was lucky enough
Juste un peu.
Un petit peu. I was lucky enough to live in London as a kid, and so we got to travel to France every once in a while, and then I took in England everyone takes French, so I took a little bit of French, but I haven't kept it up. I spent my honeymoon in Paris, so that was pretty great.
Link wants to know, what is your favorite part about your character?
Link, thank you. I love what Carrie and Carlton have written in the role. I love that he's sort of unapologetic about his crankiness. He's a cranky guy, and he doesn't pretend to try and please anybody. I like that. Usually on TV, you've got to have some level of sympathy off the bat, and I love that Carrie and Carlton took a chance and made my character kind of a little gruff and grumpy and not particularly likable. Certainly the first season, and well into the second season. And I think maybe he's starting to soften a little bit right now as you get to know him a little more in the third season. But I love that it was a slow burn and allowing him to not be completely likable. I've played a lot of likable guys in the past, and it's refreshing to play a guy that maybe you don't like so much.
London wants to know, how can he concentrate properly working with Vera? I guess they're saying she's so beautiful, hard to concentrate.
Vera is really funny. Working with Vera, it's the reason you can concentrate. Yes, she is obviously a stunning, beautiful woman, and beyond that, she's a beautiful soul. I mean, just a great person, just a generous, beautiful person inside and out. But the great thing about working with Vera too is that she's so emotionally there. She's just right there. So you don't feel like you're in a scene. You feel like you're just living that moment with her because she's so present. So that's why I go concentrate, because she's that good an actress.
Nice. What will happen between Bob, Paris, and Vera?
What's going to happen? You know what? I just saw episode 9. You're going to get some answers in episode 9 about what's going to happen between the two and their deal. But you're going to get a taste too next week, and certainly the week after, as to how that deal plays out.
Mockingjay wants to know, Lost or Bates? Hard to choose though. Or we don't have to choose.
Well, exactly, Mockingjay. Can we have both? I mean, they're both such incredible experiences. Lost was a gift from God and from Carlton and Damon. It was a beautiful gift that I so treasure, and my family treasures, because we got to move to Hawaii as well. It was just unbelievable. But Bates Motel, I got to rank them both the same. I have to say, what I'm getting to do with Sheriff Romero, and then also getting to direct as well, is an opportunity I could never have dreamed of. So I love them both.
Leaper said, I thought it was so sweet when he woke up and called Norma right away.
Oh, thank you, Leaper. Leaper?
I guess so.
Thank you, Leaper. I appreciate it. No, yeah, he's just smitten. He can't even help it. That's the one thing he cares about is Norma. But as you'll see next week, you get to see Romero is a little bit of his personal life. You know, how, in a way, how empty it is. And she's, in a sense, even though she's rocked his world, not necessarily the best way, how she's really filled that void to a certain extent. So you'll see a little bit of that on Monday. Come to tour.
It's pretty hot out here. You want to go inside to the bedroom?
Yeah, whatever.
Or we can go in the office?
Sure.
I want to make sure we're not getting sunburned, but we still want to let the fans know what's going on.
There goes Norman.
There's Norman.
Oh, that's Brian. That's the other Norman thing. That's great. That's Brian. He's pretty scary. Pretty creepy.
I think Brian has a knife.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I'm a little scared.
She looks like the kind of girl I could bring home to mother.
Oh no.
Excuse me, I have to help somebody just checked out.
Okay, okay. Thanks, Norman.
Yeah, we're gonna pop this in. There's the woman with poor old Norma.
Everyone goes, hi, Brian.
Pretty cool.
Let's see. Brittany says that part of the tour freaks me out every time.
It's pretty amazing, yeah?
Sasha wants to know, is it hot or cold in Vancouver?
It's a great question. It's when we shoot, it's cold because we shoot in the fall and the winter. But season 2, we shot in the summer. I think they just wanted to. I think that Carlton and Carrie just wanted to change things up, but they didn't like the look as much of the summer. So we're back to the winter. So I hope it registers on camera because we're and Vera is, you know, God, the biggest victim of that because she wears nothing. And she's out in, like, you know, -4-degree weather. It's you know, she's, and you never hear a peep from her. She never complains. So she's a real trooper. Aloha
wants to know if anyone pulls pranks on set.
Anybody pull pranks? You know, we really honestly don't have much time for pranks because the schedules are tight. When we shoot at the motel, we have even less time because it's an hour and a half away from Vancouver. So it's limited time. So not any pranks. Just Vera does a lot of songs. She writes songs on her guitar, and makes fun of all of our characters. So that's fun. But in terms of pranks, no, we have fun. Freddie likes to interject like as many little weird quirkisms to his character, just like kooky stuff and hokey things like in that scene with Annika Johnson when he's changing a light bulb. He's like. He's talking to her about his past, and he says, he just threw in and let me tell you. You know, it was never scripted. He does things, he makes things like that. Just, he sort of squares off the character a little bit. When I interrogated him in episode 3, he, instead of saying, and she was drinking alcohol, he said, and she's drinking alcoholic beverages. You know, it's his way of sort of just, you know, making him a little bit more square than he might be on the page.
The Queen Bee 1 wants to know if you ever actually get scared on set.
If you ever get scared on set, you don't ever get scared on set, but I have to say, you step on that set in Vancouver, and it's a great set, but our set is kind of creepy because we're out there. We really are out there. There's nothing around us. There's a farm across the street, but there's pretty much nothing around. And when the skies are gray and you look up at the house, it's pretty creepy. It's like that Edward Hopper painting that this was built. This was built off of an Edward Hopper painting called House by the Railroad in 1925. And it's, you know, this house is great, but I have to say Mark Freeborn, you know, outdid himself in the house we have in Vancouver. Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
Will Doyle 19 wants to know how long are the hours on set?
You know, we can't shoot at the motel, I think, any more than I think 12 hours, but that includes the drive. So 12, maybe 12 and a half hours, something like that. But anywhere else, we can go as far as to about 13 hours before we have to call the studio for, you know, if we have to finish a scene. Anything past 13 hours, we have to call and get permission to, you know, to go. I think 13 and a half, 14 hours, I think they pull the plug.
So I know you get this question a lot, and I've asked you this question a lot in different Q&As, but everyone has to know about the lashes.
All right, come a little closer.
All right. We'll get the up close and personal tour.
All right. How close do you want to get? All right.
I'm pretty close.
All right. I don't know if you can see it.
All right. I don't see any eyeliner. I just see lots of lashes.
It's just a hairy dude.
Just a hairy dude.
I'm just a hairy dude. Listen, I've had this question You know, I'm going to show you something. I'll show you a picture of my son because I took a picture of his eyelashes, and this might settle it. Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see. Maybe not. It's all right. I've dealt with this my whole life, and it's.
I feel bad asking. I asked
Why?
you so
It's
many
not,
times.
Please, this I've dealt with my whole life, and it's it could be worse things.
Every Comic-Con panel.
It's all good. And listen, I honestly can't blame you guys for those who think I do wear eye makeup. I don't. Because even when I look at it playing back, it does look like it. It looks like it's just I've got a lot of hair under my eyes here. Let me see if I can find this picture of my son somewhere here. But you'll be able to tell that he's definitely not. Is this it here? Anyway, no, here it is.
Molly's just said it's a gift.
You're very sweet, Molly. But that's my son's eye. Can you see that?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, so that's my 9-year-old's eye.
And you would never put mascara or eyeliner on a 9-year-old.
I don't think I'd want to put mascara on this little guy.
Oh.
Let's see another picture. That's him in color. There's his hair.
Oh, he's so cute. Those
Thanks.
are amazing eyelashes.
So this, unfortunately, is our genetic defect. This is what we have to live with. But you know what?
Genetic gift.
Oh, there you go. You know, one guy's defect is another guy's gift.
Yeah.
There it is. Here's Marco. That's Marco's hairy eyes. God bless him.
Spread the word, fans.
But no, yeah. Listen, I don't blame you. I watched when I worked on The Dark Knight. When I saw that playing back at the premiere, I was like, oh man, it really does look like I have eyeliner. And sometimes what they do, we have an incredible makeup artist. I mean, the team, you know, Taylor and and Tanya and they will actually. There's probably more information than you need. They'll actually try and diminish the look of the eye by putting in a base in between my eyelashes, so it doesn't look like it's a giant line across underneath my eyes. So in case you're curious.
Well, I think we're going to take some questions from the Yahoo TV
Sounds
fans.
great. Okay, cool.
Alrighty. So what's going to happen with Normero now that James is in the way?
Who? James Finnegan? We're gonna, you know, it remains to be seen. I mean, definitely, I couldn't believe she did that. She just took up with that guy. First she made out with a guy at the bar. Then she goes and calls this therapist that she barely knows. And she obviously hasn't returned my calls. And then, I know, it's crazy. And I just made this giant deal with her. So I'm as pissed as you are that she hasn't called me and come around.
Everyone just says, screw James.
At this point, screw Norma. My God, I almost feel like, come on now, what's going on here?
Yeah. So one of the Yahoo TV fans wants to know, who's after Romero and Norma? Who's got it in for them?
Well, I think it's safe to say that Bob Paris has got reason to come after us. I mean, we struck this deal. We strong-armed him, or she strong-armed him. I was there to as backup. But she's got the goods in this flash drive. We're going to find out what's in that flash drive. Yeah, we don't know yet. I think we find out Monday. Monday, you're going to find out what's in that flash drive. So you'll see what's at stake, and you'll see how it affects my character personally.
All right. So one of the Yahoo TV fans wants to know: is Romero on the warpath, or is he still reasonable after being shot?
Is Romero? I think Romero's becoming. You know, he talks about Norma being unhinged. I think Romero. I think Normero's becoming unhinged, but I think Romero is becoming unhinged himself. I think if you saw me take out Marcus Young the way I did with an IV stand and then shooting him, you know, with no hesitation, I think he's losing it. I think his moral compass is starting to waver so much so he doesn't know which way is up. But I also think that Norma's responsible for a lot of that. I think he's losing his way. I think she's helping him lose his mind a little bit.
Nice. And last question from the Yahoo TV fans.
Sure.
Romero and Caleb at the same dinner table? How will that play out?
Romero and Caleb. Next week I meet Caleb. So on Monday you'll see some interaction between the two of us, and you'll see how that's paid off. But yeah, to me, this is that dinner scene that you'll see next week is something I talked to Carrie and Carlton about last year. I said it would be amazing to have all of us together. I mean, how uncomfortable a Thanksgiving meal or dinner meal, whatever it ends up being, will be when we all sit there, all of us with different storylines and different backstories and different reasons for not liking each other so much and liking each other. And it ends up being a really great scene. Ed Bianchi did a beautiful job of shooting it.
Nice. So we'll take a few more questions from the fans, and then unfortunately we have to sign off, and fans will have to watch on Monday to see what happens.
Please do, yeah. Lob any questions you have your way. In the interim, I'm going to look for a picture that I found. I remembered this. So when Carlton was offered me the job of playing Romero, I read it immediately. I was over the moon to work with him. I worked with him on Lost, to work with him again, then to work with him and Carriere, and another genius, was a dream. So I looked at the role and I thought, wow, I want to change my physicality to somehow fit this character. So I came up with this.
You look like Ron Burgundy.
I was very Ron Burgundy. And see, you guys had the same reaction that my family had. They laughed their asses off. And I was like, no, I want to have a stash. I really want to have a stash. I think Romero needs a stash. I think it would be great. And Carlton, to his credit, was really sweet about it. I go to the set, and I got my giant stash on, and it took me about a month to grow that thing. And I'm so excited to rock that stash. And then he goes, I like it. But I'm wondering if maybe, I did a movie called Smokin' Aces years ago where I shaved my head off. And I did have a stash, but it was a fake one. He goes, I wonder if you could we shave your head off. And I go, yeah, and the stash? I keep the stash? He goes, maybe we should lose the stash too. So I lost the stash. But the funniest thing is I came in with this look, and not more than a half an hour later, it was all gone and my hair was gone. And I was shooting a scene with Vera, which is how quickly things work in this crazy business.
Nice. Maybe this time wanted to know, do you check all your Twitter notifications?
I do. You guys are amazing, and I love your tweets. And I don't get to respond to every single one of them, but I do check them all, read them all. I love your tweets. I have a lot of fun with it. My son thinks he's lost me to Twitter, especially Monday nights. He definitely has lost me to Twitter Monday nights.
And we're working on some more cast members on Twitter, right? Conversations are happening.
Oh my God! Listen,
everyone wants to know if Freddie and Olivia are going to get one.
Guys, Vera and I tried to strong arm Freddie and Olivia to join Twitter. We tried. I thought we had them, and in the last minute they bailed. You know what it is? They're painfully shy. They're really shy, and that's all it is. It's strictly that. They don't know how to handle that element of it. But they do their Q&As. They do the Facebook stuff. I think there's the personal stuff. They're very shy but they're the sweetest people. I mean, I wish you guys got to know them in the way that we've gotten to know them. They're the nicest people. But we're working on them. Yeah.
Everyone is asking about this hole behind you. They're like, it's a bullet hole.
Yeah.
Or a peephole.
Could be people. I know. There's no... It could be. Or this one over here.
Or there's bugs living in the wall. Who knows?
There could be. Look, here's a little taxidermy.
Oh, should we get up close and personal?
What's up here?
Also, there's this. I'm a little nervous to touch this, but...
Yeah, that's real. Look at that.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the real deal. It's funny, if you see Psycho, he didn't stuff any animals other than birds. So this is strictly a Bates Motel thing for sure. Like, look at this.
How many dead animals does Norman have in his basement on the Vancouver set?
He's got a lot of animals, and the last thing he's working on was that baby goat that I shot in episode 5, and I think he was shooting it before. Look at these. These are Bates Motel keys. Although we use different ones, but this is pretty cool.
I think you can take that.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can have that. It's a bottle opener.
You're kidding me, really?
Good to know.
All right, it's a keeper.
I know, I keep one on my keychain.
I love it. Thank you.
I'm kind of obsessed with this TV too. It's just
it's a fakey.
Cardboard.
It's just a piece of cardboard here for the purposes of the tour, obviously.
The magic of Hollywood.
Exactly. Look at all this.
Yeah. We'll take a few more questions.
Okay,
Let's see.
Here comes a tour.
Okay. Should we get Norman again?
Yeah, let's get Norman.
For the people that just joined?
Yeah, for those of you who just joined, I'm going to hide right here.
Okay.
They're coming around right now.
So there's Norman.
We all go on the match sometimes.
Okay, hang on, guys. Either I'm going a bit mad, or I think we've spotted Norman Bates himself over here on the right-hand side. Well, that's certainly him. If it's not him, it's a dead ringer for him. He's maybe helping that lady out to her car. No, she doesn't go there. Hi, Norman. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. You want to come sign some autographs, maybe for the people? Okay. Oh. All right. Well, you know what, Norman? I'm so sorry. I forgot.
Well, we promise the Universal fans are safe for now.
For now.
For now. Here, it's coming back.
It's nuts.
Someone said call Sheriff Romero.
I need my uniform. I feel so naked without my uniform on the set. Come back.
He's coming.
He's coming. He's coming.
He's coming. Shh. Oh man.
That's pretty nasty. It's pretty great. Pretty creepy.
Really creepy. Alrighty. I'll leave it off. For everyone that just joined, we'll give them a good view of the motel.
Absolutely.
And we've had about 400 people watching. Very
That's fantastic.
exciting over the course of the...
Wonderful. Yeah, if you guys
The
have any
last
more
hour.
questions, we have a little bit of time, so feel free to lob a question over.
Some people are asking if you have an official Instagram. I actually don't even know the
I don't have an Instagram. The only thing I have is Twitter, and email.
Okay.
That's it.
Let's see. So some people just joined and they're asking if this is the real set.
This is okay. So this is for those of you who just joined. This is not. This is a real set. Yeah, the real set of Psycho. Absolutely. This is a Universal backlot, and they've obviously built stuff around it since they built this originally in 1959. I think for those who are tuning in now, with a budget of $15,000, they built this whole thing. And so where we shoot in Vancouver, we shoot in a border town, a U.S.-Canadian border town called Aldergrove, about an hour and a half away from Vancouver, in a much bigger set. So it's a lot more camera friendly. You can get cameras around. We have gravel as opposed to here, it's just pavement. And the house is a monster. It's just beautiful. Yeah.
For the last 5 minutes, I think what we can do is turn it around so that you can see what all the fans are saying.